Hey guys, Alex Duda here, founder and CEO of Albiware. I just wanted to shoot a quick video on the top 5 reasons why you need to make sure that you have a restoration specific software that is easy to use. And although, yes, there's a little bit of conflict of interest as I founded this great product called Albi, at the end of the day, I want you to make the best decision for your company, but just keep in mind why ease of use needs to be the most important thing that you should be looking for. And there's 5 simple reasons why, and I'll start with the 5th, which is the least important, and kind of work our way up. And it's just the 5th reason is easy to access, right? So if you don't have a job management system that you could easily access from anywhere in the world by logging into a URL or accessing on a mobile app, and if you can't access most, if not all, the information from all these cross platforms, you're really missing out. And the reason behind that is technology is meant to do that, right? Uber executives can see all of their profit and loss statements. They can see, all of their activity and everything like that from wherever they are, whether they're on a yacht in the Pacific Ocean or whether they're, in a boardroom. So you need to make sure that your job management system has that capability of you having access to all of your information from wherever, and that it's very simple to grab that information. So that's reason number 5. Reason number 4 is actually eliminating the redundant and boring tasks. So what I've seen in the job management space, and the previous job management system provider before building Albi that we had, is there were so many tasks that just had to be completed that could just be consolidated, and you had to take like 20 different steps to accomplish one thing. And I'll give you a concrete example. So at our restoration company, an estimator had to submit an estimate to our system, but they had to go into the file manager and upload the estimate. Then they had to go to the dates to update the date estimate completed. Then they had to go to the financials and tell the system that the financials were completed. And then they had to go to the notes or the journal of that specific job management system and write a note in there that they actually completed that estimate. So that's like 5 tasks for a simple, straightforward object. So, the easy to use softwares, Albi being one of them, you just go in and upload your estimate, and it marks a timeline activity. It updates your date and it updates your financials by just you doing that task. And those 6 redundant tasks get consolidated into one. Keep in mind, software is supposed to work for you. You shouldn't have to have all these extra steps within your systems to be able to do that. And that kind of leads me into reason number 3. And reason number 3 is software and technology is designed to streamline your processes and workflows, and they have to follow the path of least resistance. So, if you have something that's easy to use, your projects are going to be moving from status to status. Everything's going to go through your milestones. You're going to have everything in one place, and you're going to have the data that you need. Whereas if you have a hard to use software, you're probably experiencing that all of your projects are all over the place and they're just not organized. And the reason behind it is people aren't doing those tasks because it takes so much to do a task, and it's not intuitive and easy to use. And that kind of brings me to the bigger number 2 item, and that is good data and accurate data. So at the end of the day, if you have this technology, the purpose of this technology is for you to be able to run your business and make all these good decisions. But if you don't have good and accurate data because the software is hard to use and therefore the data is not being inputted because there's 6 different ways to input that data, then you're not able to make those good decisions. And you as a business owner need to be able to drive down and drill into that data and be able to ask questions to turn that data on every single side prior to making a decision. Because bad data can actually yield you to make the poor business decisions as opposed to good business decisions. And then the number 1 most important reason that you need to make sure that you have an easy to use software in the restoration space is team buy-in. It's team buy-in. It's very simple. And we actually have a very large franchise that's switching to Albi over that because they've been forcing this other system that doesn't even have a mobile app, and it's clunky and hard to use upon everybody. And everybody just kind of rebelled and said, no, I'm not buying into that. Now the franchise doesn't have access to the tools that they need to grow and scale the franchise. And if you don't have an easy to use solution, you cannot force your team to use it. And your team's going to find every single excuse and every single way out of it. If you have an easy to use solution and you can literally shift the blame back on the team member and shift that ownership back on the team member, look, it was 1 click. Why didn't you do it? It kind of eliminates those excuses. So I hope this video kind of helped. Again, not sitting here trying to push Albi. My main point that I want to really stress is that wherever you're at, whatever platform you're using, if it's not easy to use, it's costing you time and money, and you need to do something about it. So look forward to hearing your feedback. Feel free to reach out to me on social or reach out to our sales team, and we'd love to show you around on how Alby makes things easy to use. Good?